Another question, Harley. Could you please explain the difference between health and fitness and how being healthy can improve your fitness? Okay. So the difference between health and fitness is I could, get a good sports doctor and pay him a bit of money and get some good drugs, so like some testosterone and maybe some EPO and, if I had a lot of money, like human growth hormone, and I could increase my fitness, a great deal. But as a result, my health would drop. So fitness is going up, my health's going down. That's why you see a lot of elite athletes with mental issues or cancer or heart disease later on. I've had 4 of my cycling friends die from heart attacks. 1, 2, 4. And they've all been under age 30. 4 of my cyclist friends dying from heart attacks. Really fit guys, great guys, but sadly that they've passed on. So, fitness and health, I'm going more health than fitness, And at the same time, the healthier we are, the fitter we can be, relevant to ourselves. What do I mean? You're not going to be as fit as you could be if you're doing heaps of drugs. No way. People say, Harley, you could be like a raw vegan Tour de France winner, man. It's like, no way, man. It's like, you ain't winning the Tour de France if you ain't jacked up on the best drugs, man. No way. No way. And again, this doesn't mean people are bad if they take drugs. It's just reality. It's like you could get a wild bison versus a factory pharmaceutical up bull and do a strength test. And who's going to win? The bison that's been, the purest of the purest genetics, or the bull that's jacked up with testosterone? The bull. The bull that's always going to outstrength the wild bison. It's the same. If you get a monkey, put it in the zoo and just, whack it up with hormones and stuff, it's going to rip its, forest-dwelling monkeys apart. That's just how it is. You get a natural athlete, the chemical athlete's always going to outperform them, relative to the same fitness. So I encourage people to focus on health and fitness. Don't just focus on one or the other. Just focus on both and just rise them both up there. Because you can focus on health and go, I don't want to do any exercise because that's like shouldn't be doing exercise. But it's like, actually, you can't really be healthy if you don't exercise. The sedentary people in the raw food movement, lovely people as they are, sedentarism is not healthy. To be healthy, we have to exercise. We have to dance, ride, jog, swim, play. We have to get up, moving, get the blood pumping, at least, 5, 6, 7 hours a week at least, just basic stuff. So health and fitness, improve both of them, and don't sacrifice your health to get fit and by taking drugs. Hello, question A with Durianrider. I'm just reading this off the screen. Matt Monarch recently posted out a newsletter about a new candida beta. What do you think about this one? Okay, so I'm reading this off Matt's site. Just click it on. My wife Angela believes that she was born with systemic candida and she has been dealing on and off with candida issues ever since. However, when she was morbidly obese at 300 pounds, she had so many interrelated health issues that she didn't even know which ailment or symptom was which. Over the years, Angela discovered how to eat and live in a way to mostly avoid painful candida flare-ups. However, from time to time, she would find that she's still dealing with uncomfortable outbreaks. And then Matt goes on about this new product he's got called Add Your Clarity. And all one has to do is scroll down to the recipes, and we've got, raw chocolate love cups and lots of fatty, sugary things, and when you mix fat and sugar together, you're going to have candida issues. Why? Because candida is natural in a normal human body. The only time we'll get rid of candida is when we are dead. Candida's role in the human body largely is to help regulate blood sugar issues if our blood sugar is too high. So when people eat a high-fat diet, which is very common on raw food, and then they have a little bit of sugar with that, be it from fruit or refined sugar like agave, the blood sugar is going to elevate because all the fat we've been eating from the nuts and the oil and meat or whatever people are eating, coats your insulin receptor sites, blood sugar goes up, candida gets called in to gobble up the excess blood sugar, bring it back down to normal levels. So we can take a supplement, product or whatever to treat the symptoms of a high-fat lifestyle, or we can lower our fat intake, up our carb intake, and blood sugar issues, poof, are gone. So that's my answer to that one. Yeah, Angela Stokes is right. You know, she's born of candida, just like everyone on the planet. And Angela's a lovely lady. She's got a good story to tell. But again, it's where people in the raw food movement, they're sincere, but they're sincerely wrong. They don't understand basic human physiology. Anyone has to read a medical textbook, and you can understand the basics. I mean, that's what I encourage people to do. Learn about candida, and don't get caught up in the sincere but sincerely wrong people who try and sell you, a Band-Aid. Well, and then they're going to see a recipe of high-fat stuff and eat more greens and don't eat too much fruit because that's like, you can't do that because that affects my business. Eat your fruit, keep your fat low, go, go, go. Question, what do you think about eating breakfast? I've heard it's best to wait until 12 midday strictly before eating any food of any sort. I notice that you eat large breakfasts and large lunches and lighter dinners. Why is this? And what is wrong with skipping breakfast? That's a good question. It's a very common question. And how can we answer that one? Let's start with, what's your goal? If your goal's high energy, if your goal's, high energy means a slim, trim, fit body and a stable mind. That's my goal. So I eat a good breakfast, solid breakfast, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 calories plus. A typical breakfast, say 10 bananas, that's 1,000 calories. 20 bananas, 2,000 calories. 30 bananas, 3,000 calories. I eat as much calories as I care for each meal. I eat breakfast very early in the day. Sometimes it's around sunrise. People go, you can't eat, that's too early. You can't do that because the yogini said this. Look, you can't do that because, I don't know, you just can't. It's like, I do a lot of bird watching, and when the sun comes up, actually there's a bird over there, the sun comes up, I've got my binoculars right here with me. We've got a grey striped thrush. Yeah, he's eating. He's eating. You know what I mean? They're always eating. The birds around here, always eating. The birds in Costa Rica, always eating. The birds in California, always eating. When the sun's up, they're up eating. So you won't see a bird waiting till midday to eat. This is just like some little thing, constructed in the human ego's mind. I can't wait till midday before I eat. It's like, if you can see your food, eat it. If it tastes good, eat it. So I eat breakfast. Sumo wrestlers never eat breakfast. The super champ sumo wrestlers never eat breakfast. Why? Because when you eat breakfast, it starts your metabolism on again. It gets things speeding up. You get energy, you want to move and get out and start your day. Sumo wrestlers never eat breakfast. They wait until midday or 2 p.m. and then they have a massive meal. And then they have a massive meal at night time and go straight to bed. Eat as much as you can, straight to bed. Never eat breakfast. Big lunch, big dinner, straight to bed. And that is the best way to store fat. So if you're really, really skinny, you want to put some more fat on, or if you want to become a sumo wrestler, that's a great strategy. Skip breakfast. Sumo wrestler secret tip. Skip breakfast, get fat. Great way. I like high energy. I like being slim and trim. It's good for running. It's good for cycling. It's good for feeling good. So I eat breakfast, big lunch, and a big dinner as well, or if I'm going to have a big dinner, make sure I eat it around before sundown, ideally. And because I need a lot of calories. I do a lot. I use my brain a lot. I use my brain more than my body, and that takes a lot of glucose, a lot of glycogen. So glucose is brain fuel. The brain exclusively runs on glucose. So the ability to think is dependent on a level of glycogen.